Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is definitely going to be lifestyle. It is about mental health. It is about time we speak about that again because it is a very, very important topic in general, and also because I think talking about myself, and of course every video here is a lot, like I'm bringing a lot of myself into those videos, right? It's not just something that is abstract. It is me, it's Leorah, okay? I'm sharing here most of the time from my life, out of my own situation, and I have to say that this year has been so hard for so many reasons, and especially this year I feel like I want to go more and more into this, dealing with myself, also healing, trying to figure out things, trying to figure out what's happening with the world, with life, with all of these things, you know. And maybe if you're new here and you don't know what I'm talking about, I lost a very dear friend at the beginning of the year to cancer, who was just 30 years old, and then Corona hit, and then I had a very bad setback in my eating disorder. I completely fell off the wagon. Sorry. English. And all of these things, and all of these last months have been terrifying. They have been terrifying because of constantly not knowing what is going to happen, how are we going to be locked in again, which is right now happening. We had to cancel the bar mitzvah of my oldest son because that was supposed to be exactly when Corona hit and everything went on lockdown. You know, I can't see my family. I can't see my family from Germany. My mom is crying all of the time because she thinks she's running out of time. She's now 80, almost 81 years old, and she thinks by the time Corona is over and the airports are open again, she's not going to be able to travel anymore, you know, and she wants to come and see the Holy Land and whatever, and all of these things, you know. So it is a very hard time for all of us. Of course, also when you're dealing with children who then sort of reflect their anxiety on you, and then you basically have to carry it or help them carry it, and all of these things. So I'm just trying to go there for all of us a little bit, and maybe just chat a little bit, you know. And I love, what I love to do is I love to go to the Instagram of Doll Hospital Cosmetics. I've said that already before. If you are looking for good content about mental health and destigmatizing mental health, then please go to that Instagram account, because she is posting so much good content about this. And I'm also using that today to sort of give the video a bit of a structure. One of her posts, let me just pull that up. One of her posts was, I wish people knew that my mental health is so physical too. And then there are certain points that I want to talk about, because yes, it is physical, and sometimes you only feel the physical. You don't even know that there is something mental behind it, you know. And it can be, it doesn't have to be, but it can be. Like, for example, headaches, okay? They can have very natural reasons. Didn't drink enough, too much sun, whatever, you know. But it can also be from stress. It can also be from everything being too much. And I think we should just overall, with all the things that I'm going to mention now, try to feel ourselves again much more, because I think we have been all raised, or mostly probably raised, to just push everything that is hindering us and that is slowing us down to the side. At least I have been raised like this. For me, and also probably, I don't want to talk too much about my husband because he wants to stay out of my channel, but you know, also in his family it's more like, you know, if something happens that is not easy for you, whatever, a challenge, suck it up, spit it out. You know, that was the attitude in his family and also in mine. This is how we both grew up. And for me personally, for the last couple of years, when I started to get panic attacks, I started to feel like this is real. This is real. It's not something that you can just suck up and spit out, you know? And I'm letting myself go there, and I'm letting myself experience it, even though it is scary, you know? And I'm trying to also let my soul hear into my body and just feel again, you know, to just go there. So anyway, so headaches is one of the things. Then painful jaw and teeth. Sweeties, you know, connected to my eating disorder. I'm in recovery, but it is real. It is real, and it's there, and it is an issue every single day of my life. And sometimes when I'm really triggered by something, I feel like I'm clenching my jaws And because also the eating disorder, it goes through the mouth, you know, mostly. So it is very, very local, you know, the effect, the symptom that I'm feeling is very, very local to the actual place where it's happening. And that is something where I always thought, what is this? My teeth hurt. Why do my teeth hurt? And it's not a pain that is like a hole in the tooth or something. It's deeper. And I always felt like, what is this? Are my teeth going to drop out? Is it my jaw? Is there something like really, really wrong with my jaw? And then my therapist at some point said, you know what? It's this and that and the other thing, you know? So that is also something that was, for me personally, it was eye-opening. Then the next thing, heart palpitations. Okay, so that is probably a bit of a more obvious one, because I do believe that a lot of people know when they wake up at night and their heart is racing, then they know that something is really upsetting them, something that they can't even maybe put a finger on it, you know, but there is something working in their bodies that is absolutely stressful for the body, and this is how it shows on their bodies. Then upset tummy. I have that. I get that so fast. If there is something that is stressful that I feel like I can't handle, I can't swallow it, you know, I feel like I have a lump in my throat. I feel like my stomach turns into a knot, and I feel like there is just no space in me to take something else, you know, to take more. And then usually, you know, my husband is very much into politics. That is, you know, history and politics is his thing. This is his field where he works in. And sometimes in that situation where I'm like sitting at the table, you know, when we're eating as a family, and he wants to share something about what he has just learned or what he has just, I don't know what, and I feel like I cannot eat another bite. I am so upset about this and that. And then he shares about all the crazy politics that is happening, and I feel like, stop it, I cannot take one more thing because I have it till here. So that is another thing, you know, cramps in the stomach and being like super tight till here, you know. So yeah, that is that. And sometimes, totally honest, if you were to watch my unedited footage, you would see that sometimes I have, you know, where I end up having jump cuts in my finished videos. It is really that I had to stop in the middle of a word because suddenly I was just so closed here that I couldn't finish the word or the sentence. And then I just had to cut off, you know. It is crazy, but that is something that I live with all the time. And I just want to say, it's okay. You know, we're human and it's okay. And I do not need to fake that I'm perfect or that I'm not struggling, you know. It doesn't help anyone. So, okay, let's go to the next thing. Night and day sweats. Okay, I don't personally have that so much. I used to have that during one of my pregnancies. I don't remember exactly which pregnancy that was. It was not one of the first ones, I do believe. I don't remember. But anyway, I know it from that experience that I just felt like I was scared of dying during the birth. So it must have been one of my last pregnancies because there were issues by then. So especially before my last birth, I was really scared, and I was actually writing goodbye letters to my children just in case I don't make it, because the birth before that I almost died. And if you're interested in that story, I have a playlist on my channel about my fertility. I don't remember what it was called. I'm going to link it. Hopefully I'm going to link it here, and if not, then just go on my channel and look for the I don't know, it was like the fertility treatment playlist or something like this. Okay, you'll find it there. Anyway, okay, so the night sweats, fatigue and exhaustion, I have that all the time. Yes, my life is stressful too. You know, I have 7 children, I have a big household, I have all my rescue animals, I'm working 2 jobs, and I have, you know, the normal life. And especially now with the Zoom lessons and all of this extra stress that I have now, because usually my kids are out of the house for a couple of hours a day where I actually feel I can get something done. But now we're all at home. We're all at home for weeks at a time, and that is super stressful also because there's always noise. And if you are like a person like me, I need, because you know what, in my brain, And maybe that is because I'm very, very sensitive to colors and to patterns and to what I need in that. And maybe that is part of my creative soul. I don't know yet. I'm assuming that. But because of that, there is a lot of, in Hebrew we say balagan, there's a lot of like a mess in my brain. You know, there are a lot of things that are like influencing me constantly when I see a color, when I see a reflection, you know, not that it drives me crazy, but there is something there that also inspires me. You know, it's not only negative, it's also a good thing. But when I then have this constant noise level of my 7 children, and then potentially, you know, different Zoom lessons that are going on at the same time, maybe TV also, maybe someone watching something on their cell phone, and then people talking, and I don't know what, then that can exhaust the crap out of you. Sorry, but you know, it can be super, super stressful, and that can lead to so much stress in your body that you actually physically feel absolutely down and exhausted and fatigued, and you just can't, you know. So that is what I feel a lot. And besides that, of course, because I'm also working all the time. So yeah, so that is that sensory overload. So that is the next thing, and that is something that I'm dealing with. But for me personally, it is not just a bad thing, because as I just told you, you know, when I'm, for example, when I'm choosing a blouse like this, and then I'm putting it together with a super colorful, also patterned skirt. Let me just show this to you because you don't see this. Let me just get up so you can see my skirt here is like this. So this has a super, super big pattern, of course, with flowers, and this has its own pattern, and then this has its own pattern, you know, and I can go for this. I can go for this if it's the right day, and I go out like this. This is how I go modeling. This is my style. This is what I do. Sometimes I can't do it, but the thing is, with the sensory overload, I have to do exactly what I'm feeling, and I learned that only recently, maybe a year ago or so, I started to do that, because previously I was always putting out my clothes on the evening before the day that I was wearing them, so I would just have to jump into my clothes in the morning and all of that, and sometimes I felt crappy the whole day and I didn't know why. Now call me crazy, don't call me crazy, because it's not. But you know, there is a thing to it. Like, I'm letting myself feel how I want to be this day. And if I don't do it, if I override that, then it's just not going to be good. And that is also the thing when I have to review a palette and I have to do like a certain look with a certain color, and then I just don't feel like wearing something that matches that eyeshadow look, then I had to get over it. And I had to say, so it's not going to match. Who cares? You know, as long as I feel one with my body and one with what I'm wearing, it's going to be good. Okay, so that is that. Then also like the colors, also of course what I already mentioned, and also the noise level that I mentioned already. So yeah, that is definitely an issue for me, which can really, really wear you down if it gets too much and you do not have an outlet for it. Okay, the next one, rock solid tense shoulders. Right here, sitting right here. And especially ever since I also got back on my weight loss track, and I'm back on the track, you know, that I have to be, now I'm in a good weight situation. I'm at my perfect weight right now. Shouldn't lose more, but I also shouldn't gain, you know. I'm really, really at the perfect situation right now, which I'm really, really grateful for. I had to lose something like 18 kilos since April. You know, so that is what I did, and now I'm done. I hope so. The thing is, you know, I have to keep the weight and stuff like that. So this is not part of this video, of course, but that is a big, big challenge for me. And also just to keep it together, to keep everything together in my life, to keep my business running through this Corona time, to keep my family running, to be in charge of the Zoom lessons, to be on top of everything, to do the printouts, to supervise the homework, to do the laundry, to do the cooking, you know, and to do the photo shoots, and be inspiring for you and answering comments. And I'm like, what else am I supposed to do? You know, I'm also supposed to be writing to brands and like making myself lovable for them, so maybe they consider me to be, you know, to send PR. I don't know what, you know. So I'm really being open here. Okay, I hope that someone will like this. Anyway, I feel there is just a limit to what you can do, and I feel it very, very much also, like in keeping this is how I started the whole thought, in keeping it together eating wise, it puts a lot of pressure into my shoulders, and sometimes I feel like I'm just bones, you know. Sometimes I don't even feel like I have muscles here, and it doesn't even feel like my muscles are the ones that are super tight. Sometimes I feel like it's just a skeleton, and not because I feel the bones or anything, you know, like I have flesh here, you know. I'm not super skinny, but I feel like sometimes when I close my eyes and feel my body, I feel like this part, all my shoulders, my shoulder area feels like it's just bones, because this is how hard it feels. So I absolutely relate to that. And yeah, so I don't know. It is just what it is, you know. All right, cramps. Okay, I don't have that too much, but I know from other people that they suffer a lot, and also just on normal days, but also of course when they're getting their period and things like that, which can also just be issues, you know, because you're fighting yourself being a woman, you're fighting yourself being in that place, and you know, you never know what also got placed into your head when you grew up about being a woman, about having to be a certain way. I don't know, you know. So I never had a problem with this, so just saying, but it can be related to that also. Then bitten and sore fingers. I've never in my life bit my fingernails or anything. I don't do that, but it is also an issue, but I cannot personally speak of that. It is, nobody in my family does it. It's not an issue in our family as of right now, but anyway, I know that it exists. And then restless legs. Okay, so the thing is, I don't have so much restless legs, but I do have very cold legs and cold feet and cold hands, you know. And that is also a thing when I feel panicky, that it starts to be that way, that I just don't feel my arms like all the way from the elbow down, and the same also my legs from the knees down, you know. So I feel the panic very much in my arms and in my hands and in my legs. That is actually a really disturbing thing sometimes, because sometimes I just I touch my husband and he says, wow, like how cold can a person be, you know. And it's not like I'm cold, I'm not, because like right now I'm actually really warm because it's still summer in my country, but my hands are cold, and especially my feet are really cold, but my blood circulation is okay, you know. I'm a very healthy person in that. It is really just, and it's not just, you know, but it is the mental situation, the stress that you have in your body and the way your body reacts to this. So why am I telling you all of this? Because I want to tell you, let it happen. Let yourself realize it and let it pass through you. Someone once said to me, you know what, when all of these things happen to you, and maybe there are even worse things coming up and happening to you, just feel like you are in the water and there is like a big tsunami wave or a big whatever wave rolling over you. You know, if you're on top of the, like on the water surface, you will be tumbled around and it will be super hard, and you will probably not be able to breathe, and maybe you're going to die, you know. But if you go into the water, if you dive into the water and immerse yourself, then this whole craziness will roll over you. Yes, you will be shaken around a little bit, you will feel it, but it will not kill you, you know. So that is basically what I want to tell you. I don't know if that helps anyone. Please feel free to let me know and give me some feedback on this. I personally just love to share about this, and I'm not ashamed that I'm struggling, and I think that is a very good thing, to just be more relatable and to be more human, and to not ever portray myself as if I'm perfect, I'm living the perfect life, I have everything under control, because I don't. It is very hard work for me too, as it is for most of us, and that's just what it is. This is what normal life is, and we also have to recognize it as that, you know. It's not necessarily something bad, but we have to just let it happen, because things are out of control. A lot of things outside are out of control, but also in our lives, we cannot hold on to everything and we cannot control everything. You know, sometimes we always have to do our best, you know, we always have to do our best, but we cannot hold on to all the reins and try to just control everything. That will absolutely destroy us. So I don't want that to happen to anyone in my tribe, because I love all of you and I hope you were blessed by this video. So if you're new here, sweeties, you know the drill. If you're new here, then please check out my other content, because I'm doing a whole mixed content here. A lot of makeup content, once in a while a wrapping tutorial, also of course lifestyle, also weight loss videos and stuff like that. So feel free to browse around. If you like something here, then please join. Feel free. We're a very, very happy place here, a very safe space. If you want to be here, I'll be thrilled. And besides that, of course, you will find my makeup and everything you need to know in the description box of my video. And I will see you here next time for my next video. Oh, don't forget to check out Doll Hospital Cosmetics, of course. And I will see you here next time for my next video. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.